All right, hello, my name is Kristen Atkins with Impressing Minds, and today we're going to talk about foster parent support, ways you can get support as a foster parent. I know that I struggled so much when I started fostering. I felt like I was the only one, and I actually was the only one that I knew of. My husband and I both were the only people we knew that were adopting children. And so we kind of did it all on our own. And now with the addition of the internet and Zoom and all kinds of things, you can get a lot more support than you could have, 10, 15 years ago, 12 years ago. So that's an amazing thing. Why do parents need support when they start fostering? Because it's a hard, difficult journey that you're on. These children are in a dark place sometimes. These children have lots of extra needs that, your normal biological reared children are not experiencing, that don't have to go through. Can you imagine your own child being taken from you in the evening, having 10 or 15 minutes to pack some sort of bag, and then them being taken by police officers to a totally new house and then dropped off? Can you imagine the trauma just that experience alone would cause? That would be horrific. So these children are not going to be parented the same as your own children. You're going to need support, encouragement. You're going to need somebody you can talk to, someone that can encourage you. And then you're probably going to want to do that same thing for someone else. All right, so another reason is you are going to kind of get burnout from time to time, especially if you have a difficult situation, you have a difficult child, a strong-willed child, you may call them, someone with special needs, physical and or mental. You're going to need support. So you can find several support groups online. Facebook groups are great. Maybe there's somewhere in the community that provides some sort of group like that. So those are all great options. But what I'm talking about more than that would be someone like a BFF. So you may have had a friend in school who was your BFF, and you wanted to tell them everything. Like everything that happened. And so you will want to find someone kind of like that in the fostering community. So when you get new kids, you'll text them. When you have a bad day, you text them. When you need some advice, you call them. When you are ready to give up, you call them. You'll need someone like that you can confide in. You'll need a foster care BFF because it's very, very hard to do it all by yourself. Where do you find someone like this? It's gonna be really difficult to find someone like this if you don't know someone already. Maybe you got into fostering because of someone. That's gonna be great for you. If you don't have anyone, that you know already, you can find some support on a Facebook page specific for your area. Perhaps there's one for your county, or your agency has a group page that you all discuss things. You can create your own page, your own Facebook page, and see what happens with that. One time I did know of someone who just said, "Hi, I'm Sally. I'm 35, have 2 foster kids. I need someone to mentor me. Message me if you're interested." And people started commenting on it like, well, I'm the same age and I have 2 foster kids and I would love to connect. And so that works well, but I really encourage you to find someone you can be more intimate with that would kind of know your situation at all times, that you can pick up the phone and say, we have an update. This is what happens. This is what happened today. They have court tomorrow. I need you to pray about this. I need you to take these kids. I need a respite like tomorrow. Can you do it? Something like that. Someone who's going to actually be a real person. Not that Facebook people aren't real, but sometimes they're not real. You can find a mentor on Facebook or a mentor person, even if you call your agency and say, is there anyone there that would like help me out or teach me the ropes or kind of give me some advice from time to time? And they might suggest another family who's been there, done that, who's a little farther ahead of you. And then I, of course, wanted you to, utilize this blog and this community, which I'm trying to create now. So it's in the very beginning stages. And I want you to reach out to me for inspiration, for some answers, and of course, a listening ear from time to time. My ultimate goal would be to create some mentoring groups and specific groups for different things, like a RAD, reactive attachment disorder group, where we get on there weekly and discuss some things that we really wouldn't discuss, just discuss with just anybody, because people just don't understand RAD. We would discuss fostering infants or fostering teens. We could just talk about and kind of hash through some situations, perhaps even. And that the goal of that would be to just assist the kids in growing to be successful and to be productive members of society. And I want to help you as a fostering parent, do that. Another good reason to have Facebook groups is, you can monitor what's going on in your state. So those are really great, not only for providing support for you and finding maybe a foster care BFF, but also for making legislative changes, and sharing information, disseminating information, policy changes that are happening at agencies, perhaps. I suggest a lot of support. So any way you can get support is probably a good idea. Facebook groups, a real person of some sort, phone calls, texting with these people, messaging, visits with your mentor, if possible. Someone to do respite when you need it. Have someone available for like an emergency. And also, if you can set this up, it's really a great tool to have, and these can be your friends also. Like, I'm not saying BFFs, but have someone, you do their kids for the weekend, they do your kids for the weekend, and that way it's kind of like, as long as it's okay with the agency, and maybe you're with the same agency, you switch off, because we don't get enough respite care weeks in the year. So this way, if you're doing a weekend here, I'll do a weekend there. Every other month, you're switching back and forth. That would eliminate a lot of stress. Didn't have that. I didn't have that for a long, long time. I didn't know anybody, and I didn't want to leave my kids with anybody because, well, I don't know why. I was afraid. I don't know why. I was just afraid to leave them with anybody. So I just stayed stressed for 2 or 3 years. And I hope that you don't do that. I hope that you find someone that you can, talk with and support, and they can support you. And like I said before, please like and subscribe. It's kind of cheesy to have to say it every time, but I really do want to help. I really do want you to like the content. I want you to subscribe. I want you to leave comments, and I want you to share it with anybody who maybe you know someone that you want to be your foster care BFF. Send this video to them and say, hey, this sounds like a great idea. Let's do this thing. All right. And I will see you next time on Impressing Minds.